just how good he was. He started the year by winning 2 tournaments in a row, Dubai and Marsilia. He also won his first Grand Slam title at Wimbledon Championship. In 2004, he won three out of 4 Grand Slam titles in the Australian Open, Wimbledon, and the US Open. In 2006, he equaled Pete Sampras' record, winning Wimbledon 4 times in a row. However, he is still one championship behind Borg, Bjorn Borg. Number 3, what we can insert here من هذا ده يحكي على Bjorn Borg, and then we have a person who, when we find who won 5 consecutive finals at Wimbledon. إذن هو عاد رقم سامبراس بس ما قدر يعادل رقم بيون بورغ اللي فاز ب5 بطولات ويمبلدون. إذن نمبر 3 نحط who لأن عندنا شخص who won 5 consecutive finals at Wimbledon. When he is not playing tennis, Federer is busy with his special project, the Roger Federer Foundation. Number 4, what we can insert here. شو يسوي هذا الفاونديشن؟ شو تسوي؟ foundation تحكي على أشياء شو يراد لها؟ which, and we need which for things and animals. So which helps disadvantaged children اللي يساعد الأطفال المحتاجين. He is also a goodwill ambassador to UNICEF, who also helps poor children around the world. And now we are done, and we have the extra information in these blank spaces about Roger Federer. We have some exercise here, short exercise. Join the 2 sentences using a relative clause with who, which, or where. Okay, we need to add these pronouns to the sentences so we can join them together. We can start with the first one. As you can see, he make them 2 sentences, but we need to make them into 1 sentence using commas and using the relative pronouns. So Arthur Conan Doyle was a Scottish doctor. So we need to omit this dot, and we can say Arthur Conan Doyle, comma, who was a Scottish doctor, wrote the Sherlock Holmes stories. So the answer for this question, we can say Arthur Conan Doyle, who was a Scottish doctor, comma, wrote the Sherlock Holmes stories. Number 2, the film Amadeus is about life of Mozart. It won 8 Oscars. So we need to rewrite this sentences into 1 sentence using commas and relative pronouns. So we can say the film Amadeus, comma, which is about the life of Mozart, comma, won 8 Oscars. So the film Amadeus, comma, which هذا thing, and نحط له which is about the life of Mozart, comma, won 8 Oscars. Number 3, Stratford-upon-Avon is a beautiful little town. Shakespeare was born there. So we need to rewrite these 2 sentences into 1 using commas and relative pronouns. So Stratford-upon-Avon, comma, this is a place where we live, so we need to use where Shakespeare was born, comma, is a beautiful little town. So Stratford-upon-Avon, comma, where Shakespeare was born, comma, is a beautiful little town. Now we have another exercise. It's about study skill. It's about organizing ideas. Always consider carefully the most appropriate way to organize the information in your writing. When writing a bibliography, for example, it's usual to follow a chronological order, that is a time order. We have talked about this. When you write a bibliography about yourself or about Nelson Mandela, that we have here, which is the most famous politician in the world, okay, you need to write it chronologically, which is time order, where he, like which year he was born, when he was born, the place, all the stuff, his history, his his youth, and then his retirement, and then his death. So this is his now. This is another exercise that we need to do. We need to use in lesson 5. Use the information from exercise. We need number 4. Put the bibliographical information about Nelson Mandela into chronological order. He just asking you to organize these sentences into chronological order, which is like in time order. So we can, and it's easy. You will talk about his born, about his life, about his present, and then about his death. Writing from research. Or 5. Use the information from research to write a short biography of Nelson Mandela, approximately 100 words. Use relative pronouns. I can give you the answer for this one very quickly, and you can do this by yourself, of course. And I will decide later if I want to make it a homework or not. So I'm gonna tell you a short bibliography of Nelson Mandela from this information that we have already on this, as you can see on the screen. So Nelson Mandela, where he born? He born in South Africa in 1981, and he became the most famous statesman in the world. Actively involved in African National Congress, okay, and fight against apartheid, the separation, which is the separation of black and white people. That's what we call what apartheid, which is which is what we mean by apartheid, which is the separation of black and white people. Then was released from prison after 27 years in 1990, and he won the Nobel Peace Prize, which is starts for the president, which shared with President de Klerk. Thus, a short bibliography about Nelson Mandela. And that will end the second part of Unit 7. Thank you. I will see you soon with the Unit 7 Part 3. Thanks a lot.